We got a new summer segment for you guys
Mm.
this summer. It's
Engine it
called
up.
it's going we're going to call it our undeniable series. We want to give credit to Ryan Heil, loyal listener, sent us a question last week on Twitter asking who was the greatest college football quarterback of all time. Undeniable, no doubt. And it is our job this summer to every position besides offensive line. Sorry, guys. Besides offensive line, we are each going to pick one player who is our undeniable player of all time at that position. We're starting off with quarterback, and I want to go ahead and I want to start with Matt. And Matt, give me your undeniable greatest college football quarterback of all time. Tell me why.
Yeah, it's tough. I was between two people. It's kind of crazy. It was a Texas quarterback, Vince Young, or OU's Kyler Murray. And when I thought about the comparisons, it just came down to an undeniable athlete, and that's Kyler Murray. And I know someone else on this pod is going to mention another Kyler Murray lookalike. He's false. He's wrong. But Kyler Murray, undeniable, the year that he came in after sitting behind Baker Mayfield, throwing absolute darts and dimes, and he's got the athletic ability to be the fastest person on the field, faster than any DB, any safety. He was the reason OU got so far with literally the worst defense in college football. If OU doesn't give up 28 points in the first quarter to Alabama in the Orange Bowl, spotted them 28 points. Who does that? Kyler Murray easily would have won. I'm not sure what it would have.
Oh, we're losing Matt. Uh-oh. He froze. That's okay.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna move on to Mark. Mark, I want to go ahead and hear yours. Okay.
Yeah, baby, let's get it. So I went with the incomparable Timmy Tebow.
Incomparable.
He is.
He is.
I'm not wrong. You can be mad, but you can't tell me I'm wrong. Tim Tebow started his career as a backup on the 2006 BCS National Championship, right? Winning University of Florida team. He backed up Chris Leak, but was a lethal weapon in the red zone that kind of foreshadowed what he would become his sophomore through senior years. During those seasons, he more or less set college football on fire. He won the Heisman Award his sophomore year and broke records, obviously.
Yeah.
Junior, senior year did the same thing. Senior year, he won another national championship against OU, which is tough.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk
basically,
about that.
the guy was built like a SEC linebacker running against SEC linebackers, and he was bigger, stronger, faster than all of them. In addition to that, he finished his career as the SEC's all-time leader in career passing efficiency, which is something you don't think about with Tim Tebow.
No.
Right?
That's crazy.
The release and the arm haunted him in the pros, but in college football, he was good enough to get it done. His completion percentage was also highest in the SEC all time when he left. He led the SEC in rushing touchdowns by any position by the time he left. The guy basically owned football from the time he stepped on the field until the time he left Florida, and he is undeniably the best college football quarterback of all time.
Mark made a very good point that I want to point out to our listeners. We are not taking into account pro careers. This is simply college football career based. I don't care what you did in the pros. I care about what you did while you were not making any money in college football. That's all I care about. Patrick, we'll go to you next.
All right. Speaking of sophomores who have won the Heisman, there's only one person here. That's the right answer. And that's my guy, Lamar Jackson. He won the Heisman his sophomore year, the youngest ever to win the Heisman with Louisville. Bad team. And he came in and won the Heisman with them. That is incredible. I think if you put Lamar Jackson in any of these other teams that you guys are talking about with your quarterbacks, Lamar also has the same accolades. And that is why I think he is undeniably the best.
Man, I'm so glad I came back when I did. Lamar Jackson, are you kidding me?
No,
I
I
just
don't
said-
think you can put Tim Tebow on that Louisville team. He
Dude.
wins it, but you could put Lamar Jackson in Florida and he
No.
wins it.
Dude, have you seen him throw a football sometimes in
It
college?
doesn't matter. We're
What
talking
do you
to
mean?
college
Great point,
football.
What does a
No, we're
quarterback
talking
do?
college football. He
What does a
had-
quarterback have to do? He has to
he
throw a
had
football.
He had incredible passing stats.
Yeah, that's Kyler Murray, but Kyler could actually throw a football. That's the whole difference.
Kyler Murray was also throwing to incredible receivers. Do we know a
Oh.
Louisville receiver from that year
Devontae Parker.
besides Devontae Parker?
How are you gonna do
Still,
that?
Mark, how you
can we
gonna
name
do
an
that?
offensive lineman? Like, probably not. I don't know. The guy was on a bad team. I think he could have played for all the other teams that you're mentioning on your years and still have the same accolades. That's my biggest point to this.
Okay.
It's a really good point. You could
Yeah.
take that year of Lamar Jackson and put it against any year of anyone, and
You can.
you have a strong case to make.
Yep.
That said, football's a 4-year endeavor, baby, and Timmy Tebow stayed them all.
All right, Ryan.
All right, guys. I'm gonna go a little bit further back.
Okay.
You know, for I'm gonna go with Roger the Dodger. You know, Roger Staubach. So
Wow. Okay.
Navy, 1962 to 1964. Old, I know, but won the Heisman, had over 3,500 passing yards over those 3 seasons. And here's the big thing. He went to the Navy and spent 4 years in the Navy, including a rotation in Vietnam. So I got to give it to the guy. You know, I know this is a talk about like college and stuff, and I don't want to get into the NFL stuff, but he did play amazing for the Dallas Cowboys, won 2 Super Bowls, took him there 4 times.
I don't want to get into this.
Yeah,
I-
sorry.
you
We
know,
get
I
into
just have to
NFL
explain. I just have
or
to, like, explain.
college quarterback?
So I just wanted to switch it up a little bit and pick somebody a little bit older.
I think Kyler Murray passed for over Roger Staubach's career yards in the
You
one
also
year
gotta
that he
think,
won the
like,
Heisman.
There's an incredibly different style of football being played today than there was in the 60s.
Correct.
No doubt. No doubt.
So I
Tim
gotta give
Tebow
I
is
gotta give
2
him
of your
due
guy.
for
I-
passing yards.
No,
Is that what you're talking about?
size.
Size, yeah, true.
Okay, so I'll wrap us up, and I have 4 criteria that come to mind when I think of the greatest of all time for college football. Number 1, it's got to be longevity. Number 2, you got to be numbers. Number 3, you have to have a national title to your name, and number 4, postseason accolades. Who has all 4 of those? Matt Leinart from the USC Trojans. It hurts me to say.
Vomits.
Trust me, it hurts me to say, but Matt Leinart on those USC teams in the mid 2000s, when they took over college football, when they were college football, they were the epicenter of it all. Who was there? Matt Leinart winning a Heisman, winning a national title, being ranked at the top of the Pac-12 and all of that stuff. And longevity for a career. He had 3 solid years for the USC Trojans and played well in all of those years. So that's my criteria, those 4 things. And I'm going to continue that throughout the summer. And you guys call me out if my guys don't have all 4 of those. But when I think of an all-time GOAT, that's the criteria. And there's one guy who meets it besides Tim Tebow, in my opinion, and that's Matt Leinart. So I think you can make, and that's why I think Vince Young wasn't included on this list. Vince Young doesn't have the postseason accolades. He does have a national title to his name, but he was a shooting star. It felt like. I felt like he didn't have the longevity that a Tim Tebow, that a Matt Leinart had. Yes, Vince Young did beat Matt Leinart's team in a national title, and you got to give him credit for that. But I don't think Vince Young, when I think some of the greatest college football quarterbacks of all time, I just don't. I think he
Mason,
had a
I've
great
taken
season.
I have taken down notes for those 4 things, and I will be watching you like a hawk.
Please do. Please do. I appreciate it. Let us know on Twitter at Program Guys with a Z who your top quarterback of all time is. Let us know.
Undeniable.
Undeniable is the key word. Undeniable is the key word. So be sure to tweet us at that, comment on our Instagram, comment on our YouTube channel. If you're watching on our YouTube channel, like and subscribe. Always appreciate it.